And we're here. Last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. Are you tired of seeing me and Mike today? I ask you.
Me? Why would you ask me?
No, I'm asking you all, the audience. Are you tired of seeing us yet? We're about to enter your lives again. Click those links below for the best sports books in your state. You need them to be profitable in the OddsJam Partner Program. Share that link with your friends. Get 20% of all the revenue generated from that link. Also, live chat is available. Be nice. Like this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Fill out the form below in the description. Get a personal one-on-one tutorial how to make $2,500 a month sports betting. There's a Calendly link both for me and Mike. TikTok, OddsJam_nuts. Email Mike at OddsJam.com. Me, Bob at OddsJam.com. And also, the Discord link is below. Join the group for the fun. I love being able to time that perfectly. Oh, yeah. All right. We're here. And last minute sports betting. And, boy, Mike, I have to say that yesterday was a banner day for me in baseball, except for the Twins game. I kicked butt on that, as Stephen Batson calls it, the butterfly Bob. I'll call it the butterfly effect, with the under 3.5, under 4, under 4.5, and under 5 total runs, first half team totals. Heck, the game was 2-1 with the Yankees game. Fantastic, excited about that. Another one of those hit, man. I'm telling you, when they're there, I think you got to jump on them, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there, and I think that's something that the audience needs to be aware of, and maybe start tailing some of that action for those of you who may be in a slump. That could be a good strategy that you could implement to climb out of. Instead of chasing, you're not really chasing bets you lost. You're adding on to a bet that's already got a high win probability of hitting. Now you're just kind of, as Bob said, the butterfly effect. I'll call it the triple dipping Dunkaroo. Remember Dunkaroos? You probably don't. You're not from my age group, man. They used to have these snacks called Dunkaroos.
I ate Dunkaroos.
They were delicious. They were delicious.
They were good. They were good. Kind of like a chocolate.
I'll call it Dunkarooing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, chocolate cookie. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So that hit. Mike and I both did a positive EV live stream earlier. One that was on there, Mike, is the Alcantara under 19.5 player outs. What that means is that he's going to pitch into the 7th inning, but he'll go 7 1/3.
And anything before that, if he gets pulled before that, is good.
Right. That's good.
This is a tough spot for me with this Cardinals Marlins series now in the 3rd game. Cardinals have won the first 2. Offense has looked pretty good for the Cardinals. Nothing really much going on for Miami a whole lot. This looks like the spot to take Miami. But honestly, with this Cardinals offense, you don't know if they come to play. They can get you out of the game quick. So I think I like the under 19.5 player outs, because even if Alcantara has a good game, I think that, you can expect him to kind of go out around that time, because this Cardinal offense, I don't think will get shut down completely. I don't.
There you go, Mike. How about that Arizona Diamondback game last night? What a way to cash your money line.
Yeah, that saved me. That was a bad. Ended up going 2-2. And the lock of the night with the Phillies, Braves overhit. So those two definitely made for a profitable day, and that helped. Yes, tremendous pick there. I went against a lot of people who were riding the Padres, but one thing nobody wanted to talk about was the fact the Padres just swept the Diamondbacks, and it was at San Diego. but these are two division teams that are familiar. I didn't think that the Padres were going to beat Arizona 4 games in a row. And don't forget, Arizona is somewhat of a sneaky team. They are 42-33 ATS on the year. So they're a team that you don't want to bet against a whole lot.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
For a team that's really not that good. They lose a lot of one-run games, don't they?
That would probably be for the most part. And then they win some of those games like last night where you find value on them on the money line and they win. So therefore the run line definitely covered as well because they won. So they certainly keep games close.
We got a 2 in a row losing streak on the money.
I'm sorry, Sonny.
On the morning picks. This morning we went with the Giants -1.5, and they have just lost 3-2 to Detroit. I fell asleep and had the Padres, and I busted a parlay. I had that with the 120 payout. I woke up sad. See, Wally, great call, Mike. And I'm in a slump, but that helped.
Good.
There you go. Now, see, Wally, here's the question. Did you jump on my unders last night consecutively in the Yankees game? Because, that'll help pull you out of a hole in a hurry. And I'm always looking for those things. Mike, I had a couple of more plays I wanted to tell you about. When I did my positive EV live stream, Julio Urias over 15.5 player outs. I like that play because the Dodgers got to have somebody pitch in this series. And that is basically he's got to pitch into the 6th inning.
Oddly enough, Bob, I have a play on him as well. Not the same play, but I actually took him on the under 2.5 player earned runs. Okay. I know. Look, it's in Colorado. Colorado has been lighting the Dodgers up the last 2 nights in Colorado. That is, I understand where people would be coming from saying, whoa, no, that's terrible. The Rockies are at least getting 3 runs.
Right.
But I expect Urias to come out and pitch a good game. And I think I like your play too. I think he can go pretty deep in this game. And I think the Dodgers, more importantly than anything, they got to get off to a good start. We need a wire FI out of them tonight.
And then, Mike, there was a heck of a play. I know that it's not a great number. It's a -146, but the closing line value is -176. It's Ian Happ over 0.5 player bases.
You liked that one, didn't you?
I just couldn't stay away from that. It slapped me in the face.
I was looking for some juicy ones when I went on. I did see that one. Obviously, it certainly was one that, it had value for sure. So I don't fault you for taking that play, and I think it will hit. Sonny, let's get to his question here. His or her, I should say.
It's him. I have probably the Tigers money line, hoping the Padres don't blow this one today.
Yeah, they're up 3-0. I wasn't going to double dip in Arizona today. I didn't touch that game, but they're up 3-0 in the 9th. You should be good there, Sonny. They appear to have that one hopefully closed out. But yeah, I know what you're thinking after last night.
See, Wally was into that. He took the under 4.5, and Jordan. Love that half basis play, Bob. I did
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
Even though it's -146, that's a hell of a value.
It really is. And I probably should dive into some of them -140, 150 plays, maybe, because it's not as if that's, for some of these positive EV plays, there is some good value there. And why not take a win when it's almost like passing up free money in a sense. Yeah, -140 is not just the craziest odds you can get on a play, but if it basically is a play where it's like, man, this is pretty well a no doubter, why not take it?
Right. Willie, hey, how you doing, Willie? Your suggestions are 3 for 3 so far. Thank you the past couple of days.
Good.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there with what we're coming up with, and we're profiting too. But it's just like anything. You don't hit them all the time. We've lost two morning coffee picks in a row, but we were on a roll with that for a little bit. I've delved into the WNBA. Uh, that's been interesting, Mike. Uh, I lost that Atlanta Dream plus 8.5 last night because they just got smoked, man. Like Washington smoked them. Like that Washington smoked them big time. It was terrible. And then so I'm maybe that's something I shouldn't be delving into, possibly. Now I got to tell you here, Mike, real quick, on the tennis plays. 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 8-2, 3, 8-4, 8-5, 8-6, 8-7, 9-7, Mike. 9-7 in this out of the 16 tennis plays directly off of the positive EV page.
Wow. Nice.
Not bad. I mean, not bad. We'll definitely take that. All right. I think we ought to delve in to the positive EV page. You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Go ahead and share. Sonny has a question. I looked at that play. I for some reason I was calling him Wilson. That is his brother, though. William Contreras is Wilson's brother, but instantly started talking about Wilson. I saw that play. Here was the only thing that scared me away from it in terms of not touching it was I don't know that I liked my win probability enough to take the chance on that play. However, there is certainly good value on that play. Now, William Contreras is, he's got 30 hits this year. He's got 9 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's batting .256. He puts up pretty good numbers. So, decent. Out of 100, but here it is again. 100 out of 117 at bats, Bob. He's got 30 hits. So what are we looking at per game for him?
How many extra base hits? You said 9 home runs. How many doubles? How many triples?
Yeah, that's a good point. We would need to know that. I'm not sure about.
And I don't want to touch it without the information. In my opinion. By the way, Mike, you know that you can put them comments up on the board because you're a host in here now. Did you know that?
I know that, yes, but I'm letting you host the show. Is you always so desperate?
Oh yeah, but that was before you got hosting abilities here. Come on now.
Yeah,
that's how that works. All right,
Sonny. Yeah, if that was Wilson, I would have jumped on that for sure. But yeah, William. Again, one I am staying away from. If anybody does jump on that, or maybe we add that to the bet tracker and see if it comes through.
Okay, now here's the thing, Mike. I got to tell you this. We only hit 1 home run last night.
That was a terrible, bad dinger Tuesday for
very
us.
Bad. I was terrible.
Hey, Bob, you think about it though. That's what happens when you go through every game. Maybe we need to just pick a certain number.
That's where the boss wants us to do it, man. Got to pick every game. Got to come
game?
up on every game.
Well, then every game it is, and we'll get back to the drawing board next week.
All right, let's look at the positive EV page and see if there are any other plays that we want to hit here. Okay, who is pitching in this Boston Toronto game, Mike? That under 3.5 total runs, first half total runs, would be a play, and under 7.5 for the game.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bets tonight. Is that because you've got Pivetta and Manoah going at it?
Okay, all right. So then I like this play. It's a 20-cent market with plus 130 on the Pinnacle line, the OddsJam perfect line, plus 138 without the juice, plus 144 on FanDuel. I'd say that we hit that one, and also the total over under, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay. So the under it for the total is 7.5. And it just left me. God, I love it when that happens, but that's okay. I'll go into baseball, MLB here. By the way, while we're doing this, before I even do that, let's check golf and see if the article is up yet. Is this the one? Top 10, top 20, outright winner. Yeah, so we have some golf picks up here for this week. This is not a great tournament, so don't expect a lot of return in this. You're kind of flying by the seat of your pants with this one. Sorry, guys, that's just the way it is. Once again, let's go look at the run line now of this Boston Tampa Bay game, Mike, and under 7.5. Oh, I just hit the run line. Sorry. Total, I meant total runs. Under 7.5 is, see now the number here, that's why the number just went up to 8.5. I like under 8.5 minus 110, don't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Under 8.5 in this Red Sox Jays game. I took the under last night with Stripling and Walker going at it. That one hit on the over. But I'm not going to be afraid to go to the same bet that I expected to go through last night. The pitching matchup certainly could lean that way, and it certainly seems the numbers are ripping towards that way. So that makes you feel good. I like the under in that Sox-Jays game, and yeah, at under 8.5, let's get it.
Okay, and that was
one of my bets of the day anyway that I'll give out.
That was minus 120, Mike. And it just went down to minus 110. On DraftKings, it was minus 120, and the odds just changed. So we caught something live that really helped us out. All right, back to the positive EV page. And let's see if there's anything else out here. Don't be afraid to bet baseball, guys. Right, Mike?
Oh, no, don't. Baseball's not as bad as you think. Just don't jump into the run. Here's what I tell people. Don't jump into some of them, minus 2.5, 3.5 run lines. You're getting too high with those.
Mike, guess what?
What?
They've done it again.
What?
The Reds and the Cubs over 7, 7.5, 8, and 8.5, man.
Oh, Bobby, you're just get it. Just get it. Dunk it. Dunkaroo, baby.
20, a unit and then a half a unit on the other three.
I love when this happens. Guys, girls, pay attention here. This is what we call who does call it the butterfly effect?
Steven Batza.
Okay.
I'm actually not called the
Dunkaroo.
All right, okay. Dunkaroo.
So explain to the people what you're doing here, Bob.
I'm taking all of these positive EV plays. Now see how quick they just left. Over 7, 7.5, and over 8, and I believe it was 8.5 too. Those 4 plays. Even though they left the positive EV page, I bet you they're still here.
And they're what is the overs in the Cubs
Reds game.
Reds game, right?
Starting with over 7, then 7.5, then 8, which you can get for plus 100, and I think it had over 8.5 too. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a full unit on the over 7, and I'm putting a half a unit on the over 7.5, 8, and 8.5.
Hey, and here's a good reason. With Cincinnati, Bob, are you ready for this? In Cincinnati Reds game, you can expect the over to hit about 55% of the time.
Where are you getting these stats from, man? Wow.
So, and with Chicago, with the Cubs, you're going to expect the over to hit about 50.7% of the time, almost 51%. So you've got 3 plays that are positive EV guiding you towards the over, and statistically this is an over game, I believe. So I love this for a lot of reasons.
The number on DraftKings is 7.5.
It's jumped up to 8 because of your sharp betting.
Okay. All right. It's still on DraftKings live at 7.5, but that changes. So I'm adding that, and we'll see what happens there. We'll see if it hits. Those have been hitting a lot. So as you can see, I've done over 7, 7.5, 8, and 8.5, guys. And then we also hit under 8.5 in the Jays and Red Sox game, which I love that bet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
under 3.5 first half total runs. You also have to remember we're doing the early betting for the next day, so there are plays that we hit yesterday that are playing tonight. For instance, Kyle Schwarber over 0.5 player bases. By the way, that Corbin over 5.5 player hits allowed. He was a stud last night, Mike. Had 12 strikeouts. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero over 1.5 player bases on DraftKings. That was at plus 105 when we hit it. And the Cardinals, since they're playing against the Marlins, Alcantara, we went under 1.5 first half team total runs. All right.
Yeah. See, Wally, yes, one of my plays is, yes, most definitely the under in that Red Sox Jays game. Just the under 8.5.
8.5, right,
is what I'm going with. Obviously, Bob's got a play on that as well. Also, the Phillies Braves, that game going to be starting here shortly. I'm going with the over in that game again. Braves Phillies came through again last night. That was my lock of the night. That's not my lock tonight, but I am going to say that's a play I really like tonight is the over in the Braves Phillies game, and the White Sox Angels game. I'm also going with the over 7.5 runs in that game, and I'm taking the Twins on the money line. And this one I don't love a lot, but I'm taking the Marlins on the money line, but I don't love it a lot because the Cardinals scare me with their offense sometimes.
All right, here we go. Comments. Real Deal Prime's up, guys. How do you like the Rangers on the money line? I actually like the Rangers on the money line. Did you have that play tonight, Mike?
Who? Texas?
Yes.
That game's they played earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, he's asking.
Yeah, they lost to Kansas City. I know I didn't touch any of the early games. I did not.
Dodgers may get swept tonight.
No. Here. Okay. Well, my lock of the night's the Dodgers on the run line minus 1.5.
All right. And Jordan says, alert, follow Bob on this. Bobby V, Butterfly Bob. We are the people. I took a Muncie home run prop. By the way, that was the only home run we hit yesterday. Mike had Muncie. I got the under on the Reds game. I hope we all profit some money tonight. We have a lot of good bets out here, a lot of sensible bets. I think it's time for locks of the night, and I'm going with mine first. And my lock, did my lock hit last night, Mike? Yes.
Did you go Cardinals last night, or was that the night before?
It was the night before.
I don't know what your lock was last night.
42 and 27 is where I'm at, and here's where I'm going tonight. Lock of the night tonight is I'm taking the Cardinals plus 1.5. It's minus 155 on DraftKings. Not a great bet, but it's my lock. There you go.
Hey, all right. If that wow, Bob, minus 1. What? Can I change your lock to the under in the Red Sox Jays game?
Yeah, I'll take that one too, and I'll count them both.
Sure. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you do that. So yeah, you take that under. Mine. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm going Dodgers on the run line minus 1.5. I do not believe they get swept tonight. I think that they are going to win, and I'm going back to it tonight.
But if they do get swept, wouldn't that be crazy that they got swept at home by the Pirates, who are a terrible team, and then get swept on the road by the Rockies, who are a terrible team?
anything can happen in Colorado, but I expect Urias to be good tonight. And I expect the Dodgers to come through. I've got some player props that I did in my positive EV video. I expect Turner to have a good night, and I expect Urias to have a good night as well.
We had a little spam coming in there, guys.
You don't want that.
I hope you guys are okay. All right. That's it for last minute betting. Now, here's what's going to happen. What do you say? We come back in a half an hour or an hour, Mike? What do you want to do?
Let's come back in an hour and give these games a little time to get rolling and do it then.
How about that DeJounte Murray trade?
I know we didn't even touch on it.
We'll get it. We'll get it at early betting.
Yeah, okay. That is true. We do save that stuff for Steve. Steve should be joining us. So, yes, I can't wait to discuss that with Steve as well. Jordan, join us.
Bob's trigger finger is back.
Yeah, he'll block and he'll block the. I mean, he blocked Steve one night.
I'll block anybody. Come on.
I mean, the guy. I mean, he mutes me. He blocks Steve. I mean, dude,
I don't ever mute Mike. What are you talking about?
Just did it again.
I don't block or mute you. I might block you from now. All right. Gotta go. Bye.